So, thank you so much for coming to this free session all about the 2026 cosmic calendar. I'm really excited. I'm really nervous. This is like the big reveal of a project that we've been working on for months and months, and I feel really proud of it and just so grateful that you're here to share in the excitement and to witness the unveiling with myself and the three other creators that work on this project. Yeah, so excited. I'd love to just start by welcoming you here, and maybe we can take a moment to just close our eyes and place our hands somewhere on our body and take 3 deep breaths together. And welcoming ourselves into presence, the current time, the current place, the current sensations that are available. Hmm. And maybe there's an intention that you have for yourself for this next hour, this time that we're spending together, to just carve out this hour as a gift that you're giving yourself. Maybe you can allow a word or a sensation connected to the intention that you'd like to invoke. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes if they're still closed. And I invite you to share with us in the chat where you're tuning in from and what your intention is, your word that you'd like to center on for our time together today. I always love this part, seeing the map in my inner eye as I read your locations. I'll just say some of them out loud: Utah, North Carolina, DC, New Zealand, New York City, Massachusetts, Montana, Spain, Ohio, West Virginia, Atlanta, Prince Edward Island, New Jersey, Berlin, Florida, Victoria, BC, Germany, California, the French Alps, Maryland. Thank you. Thank you. As I'm reading those off, each of those places, it's like your little candle flame is lighting up, and I'm envisioning all those flames across the earth, sort of like a mirror response to the stars in the sky. And I so appreciate you taking the time out of your day to just be present with the spirit behind the cosmic calendar. My name is Virginia Rosenberg. I don't think I said that yet. I'm an intuitive astrologer, and I've actually been creating this calendar for 9 years now. This is the ninth year, and I started this project simply from a place of passion and excitement. And the first one that I did was just a Google Doc. And I think I like filled out the Google Doc and I added some design elements and things like that, but it was very, very simple. And it was really a way to just share my love of tracking astrology throughout time with the people who were reading my newsletter way back then. So this is the ninth year of the calendar, and I have three other contributors on this call that I'll do a brief introduction. We'll do a brief introduction for them later, and we'll hear more from each of them later. Auburn has been working on the calendar alongside me for 6 years. Jillian has now been doing the art for 5 years, and Emily has been working with the calendar for 4 years. So we've got a lineage behind us, and this is a rhythm that we've incorporated into every year repeatedly over time. And we've experimented with so many different styles and versions over the years. And I think the reason I feel nervous and so excited today is because I really feel like we've hit our stride and we've found our groove with this calendar. And this is the design now that we really love and we see ourselves replicating moving forward from here on out. And I'm not going to show it to you yet. I want to show you just quickly. I have a version of all the calendars of years past since this team has been working together. And here they are. This is one from 2021 the Renaissance calendar. This is the Imaginal Cells from 2022. This is Luminescence from 2023. We really tried a different style in 2024 with Resonance. And we went back to the spiral bound for this year. This is the 2025 calendar immersion. And yeah, and I didn't go in the inside. There's changes on in the inside of each calendar, but I love just looking back at these covers and the different iterations that have come forward in the past several years. And I'm sure that some of you have some of these. I know. Oh, oh. So, there's all different kinds of people here on this call, I'm sure. Some of you have maybe never purchased one of the calendars, never worked with it. Some of you maybe have been working with it devotedly for this past year or maybe for several years. And maybe you have a relationship with what this calendar is because it's really not a planner, okay? It's not a planner. The purpose of the calendar is to really foster your relationship with the cosmos through the lens of astrology. I see the cosmos as simply an extension of nature and a reflection of our true nature. And so my passion and my purpose in offering this calendar every year is to really just facilitate and assist you in attuning to the cosmic currents that are moving through your own life and moving through the collective and being able to recognize those vibrations, those frequencies in your own life, your own world, and in the people around you. My own experience with astrology is that it really orients me and kind of lands me at the center of my life map. And it helps to sort of clear the cobwebs and it anchors me with context. So it offers this cosmic context that really brings clarity forward and allows me to kind of feel myself and know myself more so that I don't get sort of pulled out into all the noise because I'm tuned in to the planetary frequencies and these harmonics that are flowing through from nature. So As we get into this call, we're gonna do some behind the scenes insights on the creation of this year's calendar. We'll do a little bit of community practice and sharing about the calendar, and we'll do the big reveal about the 2026 calendar. You'll get to see it for the first time, and stay until the end because we have a special offer for everyone on this call as well. So I just want to do a brief introduction for all the contributors. So you already heard my name, Virginia Rosenberg. I'm the intuitive astrologer behind this calendar. And I'd like to invite Auburn to say hello and share your role.
Hello, my name is Auburn Lily, and as Virginia said, this is my sixth calendar, which is hard to believe. I do the data and the design and just oversee the majority of the production of the calendar.
Thank you, Auburn. We could not do it without you. She's got a Virgo rising, so she handles that data like a queen. It's a lot of data. If you don't know, it's a lot, like so
So
much.
much, so much.
Thanks, Auburn, and we'll hear more from her a little bit later. And the call is going to be an hour today. We're going to keep to that time. And next, I want to invite Jillian to share, and I'm going to spotlight you so everyone can see you.
Hi, I'm Jillian. I create the artwork for the calendar. This is my fifth year. It's one of my favorite co-collaborations that I get to participate in. It's so inspiring and something I get to live into every year, and I love it.
Thank you, Jillian. We absolutely love and adore your art, and no one could do it like you do. And I'm excited to hear more about the art later on and how it is that it comes alive for you in the process and as you walk the wheel of the year. All right, Emily, I'm going to invite you to introduce yourself.
Hi, everyone. I work with Virginia on brainstorming the transit titles and the creative copywriting, and I handle the social media marketing side of the calendar.
Thank you, Emily. If Emily wasn't supporting, it would take me 4 times as long to write the names of all the transits. She helps ground me so much throughout that creative process. Okay, let me put my spotlight back on. So if you have your 2025 calendar, I would love to see it. So I'm going to remove my spotlight for a moment because I just want to get that visual of those of you who have been walking with the calendar this year and utilizing it. Yay, show it to us. It's so exciting to see it in hand. Stefania's is very well marked up. I can see. Thank you. Amazing. And if you don't have it, that's totally fine. This next part is just going to be like a brief practice, a brief reflection, a way to anchor into what this calendar is and does and how it can serve. Um, so the name of this year's calendar, the theme is immersion. And the theme comes to me after I spend months and months and months combing through and casting the charts of every single day of the year ahead and really tuning into that, witnessing, observing what the planets are doing, how they're dialoguing, how they're speaking to each other, how they're dancing. And after I do that for the whole year, the name of the year comes to me. So I want to just start with the name of 2025 being immersion and just give you a moment to like tune into that for yourself. And if you have a notebook and pen handy, you can write down immersion and just feel into that word and feel into just any way that that speaks to you for your experience of this year. And we'll do a brief sharing on that once we just have a little bit of reflection time. The frequency of immersion, and how is that speaking to you for this year? And you can keep considering this. And if you're ready to put some reflections in the chat, I'd love to hear from you on that. Mhm. Mhm. I love this. Yeah. So what's coming to me is on the collective level, it really feels to me that it's almost like we're swimming in a soup of all that has come before us. All the downstream effects of centuries, maybe millennia past. That's what I've been sitting with as of late. And I'm going to read off some of your own relationship to this theme from the chat. I see baptism by fire and flood, diving deep into truth and love to know my way, washing away of a whole past career. I was ready to surf, but it was still a massive wave. This year has felt nonstop, like struggling to come up for air. Appreciation for the silence. I love this, Laura. I'm traveling safely under the fin of grandmother whale. Deep dive into sacred new becoming, surrendering to the waters of life. It's felt like one to just throw myself into head to toes without hesitation. Water, emotion, no edges, learn by being in it, swimming, drowning, or breathing underwater. Oh, and there's so many other interpretations here. Stir the pot. Love that. Immersing in community more than ever before, immersion of self. I love this because what you're illustrating here with your shares is exactly the magic that we hope to inspire with this calendar. The myths that are present in the calendar are reflective of the planetary transits, the cosmic currents, and they hopefully give rise to a personal reflection, a personal myth making, a personal interpretation that you can then walk with. And that's exactly what I'm seeing as I read your responses here. So, and I really feel your wisdom and the self-reflection going into this as you're looking into this theme. So another question that I have is for those of you who have been working with the calendar this year, what are some highlights that you have? What are some insights that it's sparked for you? How has it helped you to navigate? And you can put that in the chat, or if you feel inspired to share your voice, I'd love to hear that from you. See some typing. Hmm. Laura says the month titles and the artwork are what take you. Can you share more about that, Laura? Either you can unmute yourself if you want to come on screen, or you can just type more. Yes.
I just like to look at the title and the artwork, and then just kind of sit with that and let it fill me. And then sometimes when I'm feeling a little bit confused about what's going on, I look at the particular days, but mainly I just look at the themes.
Was there a favorite month theme or yeah. They're just companions. They're all companions for you. Yeah. Yeah. We were talking with Jillian the other day, and she was sharing more about her process in creating the art, which you'll get to hear that in a bit. And we're in October right now, and I just pulled up the art for October 2025, and I was like, oh yeah, that's this month. That's what it feels like. That's what everything feels like right now. So it's kind of can be hard to put it into words. But you certainly can live into it and have the experience. Yeah, Kendall says extremely accurate and on the nose all year. Helps me not get swept away and stay grounded and zoomed out to the big picture. Thank you. Hard relate. I hard relate with you on that. The themes for each lunation or transit are invaluable. I was able to feel into the theme and see what was there for me. Thank you for sharing that, Nancy. That makes my heart feel so full. Oh, the imagery synchronizes and entwines the kaleidoscope. Wow. Jillian, affirmation for your artwork. Ebony says, I've felt at sea a lot this year, and the pages have been a life raft. Perfect for the immersion theme. Oh. Dawn says, into life matrix conditions, offering wonderful awareness, insight, options for joyful living. Thank you for saying that. Okay, because it's really hard to make this calendar, you guys. But for a lot of reasons, but one of the reasons is because translating, like part of my job is to translate these vast, ineffable, complex energetics in a way that you can hopefully grab onto, recognize, assimilate, and utilize effectively. And so I really try to do this translation and interpretation in such a way that empowers you to be creator in your own life as you walk with these energies. So yeah, it's a very fine art, just the naming of these moments to hopefully be supportive to your own kind of decision-making process as you go along and go through. All right. Let's see what else I want to ask for you all. For those of you who may not have had the calendar this year, which is great also, I'm curious if what you're aware of in terms of the collective energy of the times. Are there any like collective themes you've noticed in 2025, whether or not you have the calendar? Would love to hear from you on that in the chat. Nicole says truth, new beginnings, honesty, people choosing to honor their true desires more, collective purge, great awareness, overwhelm. I love this. Nancy kind of refined the truth thing a little more, said truth seeking sometimes hard to find and hold. Oh, I like this too. Preserving energy for what is to come. End of a cycle, end of masks. I'm seeing that a lot. Clearing out, making way for a new era, wrapping up, endings. Yes. So that's part of this too, is the calendar being a home for these collective tides and turnings as a reminder of how we are so interconnected with one another, and we are part of this larger concert that is playing through us each day. And to have that just as a daily reminder, a daily tool to return to and to sync up with, it's like an attunement practice, just opening the calendar and being present to those collective waves. So I want to put the camera on a couple of people and just hear your stories about how you use the calendar in your daily life, or maybe a moment where it felt particularly resonant as you were playing with the calendar, walking with the calendar, and what it means to you to walk with it. And let's see, can I go ahead and call on a couple names? I think I'll do that if that's all right. Robin, would you be willing to share about your experience?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes. Hi,
Okay, good.
Robin.
Yeah, sometimes my sound comes and goes magically. Um, so thank you, Virginia and your team for putting together this great calendar. For me, it's a place, a tool, a platform where I can bring in all of my spiritual practice and start embodying it as my walk. Instead of things all scattered out, I use it as the thing that grounds me each day into that my path of sacredly becoming is how I talk about it, and what's next, and I love the way that the calendar uses the lunations and the phases of the moon. That's something I really resonate with, and it helps me tie into daily rhythms, monthly rhythms, yearly rhythms, and I feel like my life is like this ebb and flow, and then each day I can sit down. It gives me a place to focus. I can meditate. I can open to my spiritual side, because I tend to get pretty focused into that planner side. And so having this calendar to grant, so what happens is every morning this puts me in that sacred space that then informs all the other spaces I walk in. And I can't thank you enough. It's been such a great tool. And yay for Spiral.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much for sharing that. That's brilliant, especially how it speaks to me right now is like I have three young kids. And I often miss the time that I used to have to devote to my rituals and my spiritual practices. And just that reminder that I don't have to be engaging in all these extra things out there. The calendar is a way to just be present to the sacred qualities of time and just, yeah, utilizing my own calendar is like a daily spiritual practice. I really appreciate that reflection. Thank you. All right, let's see. Is Kay here? Is Kay on the call? Don't know? Okay. What about Ebony? I would love to hear your reflections. I'm gonna spotlight you.
Hey, I love this calendar because it's not a planner. I have tried to buy planners and astrological planners my whole life, and they sit dusty on my desk or become a great doorstop. And this, I use it. I write in it, I draw in it, I turn the pages over, I color it. Like it invites me in. And instead of bringing me up into my head, it takes me down into my body. And it allows me to be my own compass and my own conduit of my own correspondence. And so I am able to sit with it as an anchor. And I really love that it's physical. And I live between two countries, and I have one here and one there, so I don't have to keep taking it backwards and forwards. And I drop into attunement with it. It's really deeply embodied, and the skill and mastery in those words, and the fact that it's not telling me how it is, but it's inviting me to understand for myself, is so, so powerful. It allows me to have my own meditation and my own attunement with each energy, and I don't feel like I have to open it every day. But it's my oracle, because whenever I'm all at sea, or whenever I'm like, hey, what's going on? I can open it and land in that page of like, oh, okay, this is what's going on in the weather. It's like it's an energetic weather map. It's an invocation and a spell book, because I can very often get caught up. I love that astrology's gone mainstream, but there can be so much on the internet that I'm like, what's this one saying? What's this one saying? And I'm suddenly in my head and all over the place chasing. Whereas this grounds me back into like, how does it feel in my body? And the artwork and the imagery and the sense and the precision allow it to become mine, and also allow me to use it with my clients also. And so it can be something that's deeply personal, but it's also white space enough for me to check in and attune with other people. And so I really, really appreciate that there's a framework and there's bones, and the essence is always really deeply there, but it's never telling me what to do. It's always inviting me to go deeper within myself. So thank you.
Oh my gosh, thank you. Thank you for that so much. Wow. Oh gosh, this is so gratifying. Because I mean, as you all can imagine, I mean, literally, these calendars take like 9 months to produce, and that's 9 months of us just being on our own computers. So it's so wonderful to hear these reflections. We'll hear just two more brief shares. Stefania, I want to hear from you, especially after seeing your marked up copy.
First of all, kia ora from New Zealand, where it is dawn, and we are invited into a chorus of bird song right now. And I lit 3 candles in honor of you, Virginia, and Auburn, and oh my God, I'm sorry, I've forgotten the names.
It's okay, Jillian and Emily.
Jillian and Emily, because it feels so sacred what you do. It really is a guidebook to each of our souls, and yet somehow orbiting like and constellating together collectively. That's what it feels like. It's personal and transpersonal. And so just briefly to tell you how I use it, and actually I'm just going to zoom in on this month. Okay, so Fathomless Depths. This month started for me with a family constellation that opened up an immense amount of my personal healing to do with my relationship. And every day I've been looking at the transits and seeing how they relate to me and my relationship, which is actually the spotlight of this month for me, and actually starting to negotiate new terms with tenderness and equality. And really it has been a baptism by fire, which is how I think of immersion for this month, going into the depths and actually stepping through each day with as much grace and tenderness as I can, and looking at just the simple description, knowing quite a bit about astrology, but actually just meditating on the way the description articulates so eloquently and in essence what each transit is about and how it resonates through me with my own theme. I've just come through, or just about to come through, my second Saturn return, which was a death walk, and I feel like this particular month, this particular spring here in the Southern Hemisphere is about emerging from those depths of the underworld into, it's like, oh, okay, I'm just going to say it. What's coming to me is Venus rising from the waters, or Inanna from the underworld. And each step I'm being held by the hand by you four beautiful, beautiful starry telling women. So that's what I want to say.
Thank you so much. It's so inspiring. I hear the depth of resource that you're drawing upon with this tool by your side. And I just so appreciate you, and what a gift to be able to connect from across the world. Ebony was sharing from Spain, you're sharing from New Zealand. So amazing how these articulations of the cosmic currents can be alive from all places.
Yeah. May I just ask one last question?
Yes.
Because I'm in the Southern Hemisphere, I have often thought about the difference between each of the seasons and maybe how that relates or contrasts. So I know we're coming up to Samhain, and, you know, with that focus in the Northern Hemisphere being counterbalanced by, if you like, the emergence into full spring at Beltane. How does that work? Because that's really intriguing to me. And how does it work in the calendar, which is, you know, honoring where you're from?
Yeah. So how I see it is, as far as how it works, is it's almost like it's a mirror, and it's what's coming to me, the word is inside out. That in the Southern Hemisphere, your experience of what's laid out from the calendar, which we write from here in Eastern time, Northern Hemisphere, that you're tracking alongside of that, but it's almost a mirror reflection. So with Samhain as an example, being this time of death, the other side of that being Beltane, this richness, this fertility, this birth, that the seed of one is contained within the other, right? It's a yin yang reflection. And so it's the same energy, it's just the opposite polarity. So that's what's so fascinating, is that I have found this with people that I've worked with in Australia and in New Zealand, et cetera, over the years, is somehow, because there is that mirroring, it still feels so relevant, even if it's like that inside out kind of reflection. And it's an invitation, I think, to deepen further into your own relationship with these cosmic qualities of time, and investigate, which is what I felt you speaking to in your share. Yeah, thank you. Okay, let's hear from one more person on this. Ellie. And then we'll do the big reveal after that. Let me find you, Ellie. There you are. I'm going to spotlight you. Here you go.
Hi, yeah, I'm Ellie. Yeah, I've used the calendar for 4 years, but I feel, and I love it. It's been such a grounding and like, yeah, connective and embodying experience. Like the other people said, I feel like that really helps me. And basically, I feel like this year was different than the other years. I knew it was going to be because I decided to make a lot of changes, but like I've been watching the forecast, and I even had a reading last year with Emily, and we're both like, this is going to be a big year. So I had that in mind in the beginning of the year. So how I use it is like I'll go through the transits, and I'll read like every day I'll read through the whatever the just the spotlight, whatever the transit names are called, which I love. I just kind of meditate on it. And what I also do is like I'll go through the yearly snapshots for my sign, like the Aries and the rising. So Aries is my sign and Aquarius is my rising. So I look at both of those. And this year I just so happened to like align basically with each kind of season what was happening. They're like, don't worry about money for the first 3 months of the year. So I didn't work and I didn't worry about it. And then I also found out like I kind of I knew I was going on a trip this summer, so I went to Spain. I did the Camino de Santiago, and I did that for 30 days. But I also spent a little bit of time, like before and after, just kind of traveling. But I happened to buy the plane ticket like to Spain on July 7th, when like Uranus was going to Gemini. So it's like I didn't plan that, but I kind of did, and there was a lot of stuff like that just happened. So like when I need to have like a hard conversation, or I want to act, or I want to pause, like I sometimes align, like I look at the themes of the day and I'm like, maybe this would be a good day to do this. And I had some like powerful conversations this year, and explosive ones and beautiful moments, but I feel like it all kind of lined up with the astrology of the times, and it was really powerful.
Thank you so much for walking with the calendar for the last 4 years. It's such an honor. I love this community and how much witnessing and care we offer to one another. Yeah, and Sarah says, thank you for sharing your tears. And it's always such an honor and such a gift to just be present with the reality of the emotions that move through. So there was a request for a couple words on the new moon, and I'll do a brief mention on that before doing the big reveal. So we are gathering on October 21st, 2025, and it's the new moon in Libra. And the name of this moon in the 2025 calendar is Preserving Peace. And the invitation in the spirit of what it is we do together with the calendar is to recognize and acknowledge the Libra themes that are alive in your life. And then, the title Preserving Peace kind of encapsulates Libra themes, but other Libra themes are really about relationship, equilibrium, balance, fairness, justice, equality. So, when you're working with the calendar and you see, oh, it's a new moon in Libra today, that's the invitation to take a moment and flip to the note section and write down, what's coming up for me around relating? What am I noticing around balance? What's my sense about peace? Is there an equilibrium right now, or are the scales kind of tipped and finding a new balance? And what am I being drawn to with my attention that needs balancing now? So just as an example of how to work with these themes as they live through us each day. All right, are y'all ready? Is this the drum roll moment? I'm drumming. Okay. So before I show this, I'm so excited. Before I show this, I just want to say I know people have strong feelings about the format of the calendar. I share your strong feelings. That's why we've changed it every single year, because every year we use it and it's like, oh, it's not what we want it to be. And so we make it better. And then we're like, but we want to change this and make it even better. And it just keeps changing. But this, I really do feel, is probably a format we're going to stick with. And please don't judge it too quickly. I think you're gonna love it. Here we go. The new calendar is a hardcover book. Yes. The theme for 2026 is convergence. The cover art is to die for. It's a hardback book. It is an amazing size. This is your desk calendar, y'all. This is your desk calendar. This is just the test print, so it's not the final copy. Um, so it's not, we're tweaking it, we're perfecting it right now, but it's so incredible. And we really love the spiral bound because it allowed us to lay flat the calendar. But we weren't happy with the printer quality that we went with last year. We wanted a higher quality, better version. And guess what? The hardcover copy lays flat. This lays flat. Yes, it's so nice. Yeah, sturdy. You can carry it with you. The quality is just like, oh, it's way better than it was this past year. It's been a journey, you guys. We're a really small team. I'm a really small company. We fund this, we don't get funding externally. This is basically like a crowd-funded project that we do every year. It's not like a profit driver or anything like that. It's really just a labor of love. Yeah, the art is incredible. I know. Laura says, "How can you do this for the price?" We really can't. But we just do it. Like we pretty much just break even on the calendar. It's yeah, we do our best. But yes, so it's so gorgeous. Convergence is the title, and I'll be going deep into why that is in the forecast this year, of course. 2026 is the most historic year, astrologically speaking, that we'll probably ever live through. Ebony said it's a yearbook Bible weather report. That's I just said it was a yearbook the other day. And I want to read a very brief excerpt so you can start to get a taste. This is from the welcome section, and this will just take a minute. And then we're going to hear from the collaborators about how we create this project, and then we'll bring this call to a close after that. Okay, let me find where I'm going to read from. Here we go. Based on the transiting planets, the moment we're in echoes other times just prior to major inventions that shifted humanity's course. Do you remember what life was like before the internet? Can you imagine the world before automobiles and air travel? Prior to the printing press, ideas spread solely from mouth to ear or from hand to page to eye. This precipice of technological innovation generates a feeling of impending free fall, like we're on a roller coaster that has climbed its way to the top. A rising class of technocrats manipulates the algorithm. Devices peppering our planet emit frequencies that engineer waves of social behavior, while some astrologers predict an incoming golden age resulting from a transfer of power to the people. Others decry the unending influence of elites who play commoners like pawns on a game board. Will new technologies make us into slaves, or could they set us free? This binary collapses into a complex rainbow merger of dystopic and utopic visions. By the way, the etymology of dystopia is bad place, But did you know that the etymology of utopia is no place? When we perceive ourselves as utterly powerless, it can function as a near-death experience for the soul. When we come face to face with oblivion in the cellar of our psyche, a relic gleams in the darkness. The moment we salvage this ember of our own potency, the fragment that refuses to die, we are propelled upward through a volcano of evolutionary potential. In this contemporary Wild West, anything is possible. We could become unentranced with the misdeeds that have grown commonplace in our current way of life. We could wake up one day unmoved by propagandas of division and disdain, using them as fuel for our commitments to unity and coexistence. We could wake up laughing uncontrollably as we recognize the cosmic joke for what it is. An interstellar outlier could pay us a visit, diffusing aggression and disbanding a parasitic paradigm. This glitch in the matrix could deliver us into our destiny as galactic citizens and magicians of fate. I'm pulling for a brilliant metamorphosis of humanity through the infusion of coherent consciousness. We could fly into the future like a murmuration of birds, and even if we soar too close to the sun, may our flight suffuse us with the holy light that we are. So that's just a brief excerpt. There's way more writing in this than usual. And the reason for that is because not only do we have the welcome to the calendar, we have the year ahead. We've got the year ahead for each sign. We've got the daily transits as we always do, but I added in a monthly interpretation as well. So when you go to a new month, you've got the gorgeous art on the left and the monthly overview on the right. And then you've got the calendar grid on the next page for that month and the daily transits on the right as usual. So it's even more robust than anything we've done in the past. Yeah, there's so much assistance and we're so proud of it and we feel really good about it. And then there's journal pages. Yeah. So you can keep your own reflections going. All right, so we might go maybe 5 minutes past the hour here. I want to invite each contributor to just share a little bit about their process so that you can hear it from them, and then we'll give you a special offer at the end if you stay till the end of this call. So Auburn, would love to hear from you about your process in creating this. What does it feel like for you to work on this calendar? And let me just find you so I can spotlight you. There you are.
Hi, sorry, it like popped up to unmute. I was like, oh my goodness. Yeah, so this is my sixth calendar, as I said, and my role with the calendar has shifted so much over the year. I mean, over the years, my first calendar ever, I was just like editing a template that already existed. And then from there, I took over the data the next year, or a part of the data next year. And I started, really getting into what I see my role as, which is laying this original foundation of the flow of the transits of the year. I'm sorry if you can hear my puppy crying in the background. He gets overstimulated when I speak. But anyway, really tuning into, the way that the planets are moving and speaking to each other in this very data forward way, and laying this foundation for Virginia and now Emily to comb through and really feel the frequencies as they're playing out. In this way, we're kind of like time travelers. When I'm working on the data, I'm like, what day is it? What year is it? I'm in November of next year. What do you mean it's September? And you know, I have this vision that landed the first time I ever did the data of me and Virginia just in this like high ancient Akashic library, and me just like turning in these scrolls of all this like manual labor that I've poured out so that she can then create like real, actual, tangible magic and alchemy with the data that I've provided. And it's impressive the way that I think I've impressed myself. Oh my goodness, Kylo. I've impressed myself this year with the way that it's been like innate, like breathing. So yeah.
Thank you, Auburn. Yeah, we work in an astral library. Um, Amazing. Thank you for sharing. Let's see, Jillian, can you share a little bit more about the sequential story and the mythic reality of your images?
Yeah, so um I mean, my job, I have one job, which is to focus on the creation of the artwork. And the way that I do that each year is, in the past, Virginia's given me like a list of images, themes for each month. And this year I just worked with the calendar titles, which I absolutely loved. It really helped me to tune into the storytelling piece and have a lot of clarity with that. And I've had this practice of circular drawing over the course of the past decade. So I have, you know, some of these images I made many years ago, some of them I made this year, and they all have meaning to me individually, but I also get to live into their meaning as the following year unfolds. So it's this interesting process now that I'm many calendars deep, where I'm simultaneously you know, feeling the current month that we're in and looking at that image and being informed by that image in my own life, while also being informed by the process of the creating the art and getting to wonder about how I'll live into these images as they find their home in their respective month for the year ahead. And I think of them as stepping stones, really. And I invite you all to also work with these images that way, to think about what these symbols mean to you, because that's really what matters. It's not about what I intended for them, it's how you're relating to them and how they're informing your process along the way. And I really just appreciate the trust that Virginia gives me in creative license with these images, and as I work on the calendar art, to just explore and follow my own intuition and use the images that feel right. And this year, I'm so pleased with this art. I really feel that it's a cohesive whole. I love how it takes us on this journey where we're kind of starting in this more watery place, and we're finishing in a more grounded and contemplative space by the end of the year. And yeah, I can't wait for you all to travel with it and to see how it unfolds for you.
Thank you for sharing, Jillian. And yeah, I have so much trust for the art because Jillian has a lot of integrity with her listening, and uh, she's very conscious of what she's magicking with her art. Because she has said to me privately that, like, whatever she creates art-wise comes to fruition. You know, it comes through, it comes forward. So she takes a lot of care with that as well. Emily, would love to hear from you, and then we'll start to close this up.
Yes, I absolutely love getting to be witness to Auburn's absolute devotion and Jillian's artistry. And it's so gratifying to be a part of this project and to really be, for me, to be up close and personal with Virginia's process of truly, truly seeing and time traveling. And it's like my favorite part of my job and my favorite, one of the highlights of my year, honestly, because it does feel like we're gathering and looking into this crystal ball. And Virginia's outlook, as everyone here knows, is always so evolutionary and hope filled. And we are sort of looking together and grappling with what's to come, but it always provides me with a lot of peace and hope. And yeah, it's a really great creative outlet for me as well. And almost like Auburn spoke to the time travel, but it does also really ground me in the present moment to be able to look around and see like how this current moment is bringing us step by step into the future, like having these little glimpses of what's to come and also being able to be really appreciative for the present. So it's, yeah, one of the highlights of my year for sure.
Thank you. Woo! Wow. And thanks to all of you for making this possible, for being a part of this living tradition that this calendar is. And yes, so it's on pre-sale now. We're going to start shipping out this calendar in just a couple short weeks. So, cannot wait. And then we also have an opportunity to be an ambassador for this calendar to help us spread the magic. And because our margins are so slim on this project, it's not a huge kickback. It's like we'll give you $10 for everyone who will buy the bundle through you as a thank you so much. And would absolutely love to support you in that way and as an exchange for supporting us and getting this work out there and spreading the love, sharing the magic. And it just helps it to continue. If this project continues to be successful, then we can continue to produce it every year. And that is my hope because we do love it so much. And as far as every purchase of the calendar, also it comes with a PDF version too. The PDF version will be ready, I think, at the end of November. But I personally like to have one that I can carry around with me and one that I can like keep up on my desktop anytime I'm on my computer and I can click over to that whenever I'm wondering what is going on and want to see that. So that the PDF version of the calendar is included with every hard copy purchase as well. And what else do I want to say? I just want to say thank you once again. Thank you to all the collaborators. Auburn's going to be working so hard. She's getting married at the end of this month. And so she's like got a little break and then she's jumping right back into calendar production and fulfillment mode afterwards. So let's send her so much love and gratitude for all the support that she gives to this project in her busy season of life and bless up her wedding that's coming up. We love you, Auburn. Thank you for all the hard work and detail that you put into this project. And we love you, Jillian, your heartfelt, soul-felt art. We love you, Emily, with just your spirit of service and guidance and your embodiment of the muse that you bring to this as well. And thank you to all of you who read this work, engage with this work. And just can't wait to continue this tradition and keep weaving together throughout the times ahead. One of the most special years we've ever had the honor and privilege to go through in 2026, and you'll find out more about that in the calendar and the forecast. And how was this for you? Let us know like what you're taking away into the rest of your day. Maybe you can touch back into your intention at the beginning of our call. Mine is celebration, and I feel like I really got that. And I got so much more. But touch back into your intention you set at the beginning of our call together. Maybe take a deep breath here. And let us know in the chat just what you're taking away, what you're walking into your day with as we say goodbye for now. Oh, oh yeah, Jillian's like, let's see it one more time. Here it is, and it feels so good. You have to hold it in your hands. You do. You just have to hold it in your hands to know. To know about the magic of this. I wish I could do like I wanted to do like a flip through. Yeah. Little awkward angle, but you get the idea. Yeah. Sarah's like, my hands are reaching out towards the screen. I love this piece. One of my favorites. Oh. Yes, I feel inspired too. All right, I want to remove my spotlight so I can see our little like puzzle piece images of ourselves in our living rooms and our kitchens and our cars and I love that, all our worlds colliding. Thank you so much again for creating the time to be together today and to celebrate and honor this project, and sending you so much love from the depth of my heart and soul. And I look forward to connecting again and meeting again when the time is right. Bye for now.